Hello, I'm Dr. J.D. Eveland, and I would like to welcome you to DOC670, Applied Statistics for Research in Business and Management. I hope that you won't let the title of the course intimidate you at the start. This is not primarily a course about statistics, and therefore you can put your math anxiety aside for a while at least. It is about research, and research is the hallmark and the cornerstone of all doctoral education. Research simply means the systematic inquiry into things that go on around us. Inquiry according to certain kinds of rules that set certain standards for what we can accept and what we don't accept. There are many different kinds of research, as you'll see in this course, and they all have their own sets of rules, but they're all nonetheless useful. The kind of research that you do in the DBA program tends to be more applied, more focused on particular problems than, say, PhD level research, but it's the same kind of problem, same kind of research, and nonetheless rigorous. The purpose of any coursework in any doctoral program is to prepare you to do one thing, and that's to write your final project. If you don't write your project, then it doesn't really matter what you've done in the coursework up until then. It's all a matter of preparing you to be able to do this project in a credible fashion and to produce something that you'll be proud of. The kinds of work that we've done, the courses that you've taken in this program, have led you toward this project, and this course will take you one step further toward getting your proposal ready to complete your project. The structure of the project that you're going to be preparing is essentially, at the proposal stage, is a process of developing first the introduction. It sets the tone for the project and the rationale and the value of it. Then the description in the literature of things that other people have found out about the problem and whatever kinds of ideas that you can generate from reading other people's work in the area. And finally, a description of the methodology, or what it is you propose to actually do with your project. That's what this course is all about. This course is intended and structured to help you complete the methodology section of your proposal so that you will be able to proceed to your project and complete the program. That's what we're really all about here. The course is developed around 5 modules, which relate to the 5 components of the methodology section of your proposal. Now, presumably by now you've completed at least a draft of your introduction, which develops the rationale and ideas for the project, and a preliminary version of a literature review, which talks about what other people have found. And those will be very useful inputs into this process. In the process of developing the proposal, there are basically 5 things that you need to develop in your methodology. And this course is developed around those modules, around those 5 different things. These things are respectively the design of the project, the overall research design, the approach you're going to take, the measures that you're going to use to assess whatever it is you're looking at, the sample or the people that you propose to participate in your research and how you hope to involve them, the procedures or the way in which you'll actually go about doing the project, and finally the analysis and presentation of your findings so that they can communicate your results to others. Each of these is the subject of one module in this course, and you'll be asked to complete one of these sections in turn. The final product of all of this will be the cases of this in this course will be essentially a first draft of your methodology section that you'll then have an opportunity to share with your advisors and others and get final approval for. The project session-long project assignments for the course are more about techniques and tools that you might use in your methodology. It's a lot of it is about different kinds of inference that you can perform, different kinds of data that you can use, different kinds of various sorts of computer-based and other kinds of tools that will be of use to you in the development and completion of your project. Each of those project assignments in turn will increase your collection of tools and your ability to deploy them effectively against the data. It is important to remember that this course is a lot about data. Data simply means the information that you're able to gather about the world that relates to your project and your situation. Data come in all kinds of different forms, and some of them are represented in numbers, quantitative data, some are represented in words, qualitative data, some are represented in other forms. Ultimately, you need to be able to integrate all of these kinds of things into your project to be able to make an effective comment on the situation that you're dealing with. The data are always incomplete. You'll always have fewer data than you have complications in your situation. And so it's important to remember that the data are the foundation of what it is that you're trying to gather here. And this course is all about the kinds of ways in which we accumulate and organize data. Data, in a sense, are living things because they are abstracted properties of living things, and therefore they deserve much the same kind of respect that we give other kinds of living things at all times. Data are singularly manipulable. That is, you can do all kinds of unpleasant or obnoxious things to them, and they will generally tend to support what you want to do. But waterboarding your data is just about as effective as waterboarding anything else. You'll get an answer, but it might not necessarily be very helpful to you. If you treat your data with respect, you will find that they will reward you with a story, a narrative that you can live with, that will be useful to you in your project as a whole. So my data principle that I try to get people to believe is treat your data as you would wish to be treated if you were a datum. Well, the fact is you are a datum, and you are therefore part of other people's data, and you will be analyzed in the same way that other things are. So remember that the data are alive, that they are important, and that they deserve the kind of respect that you would give to any of the other people who are participating. You'll develop a lot of interesting things in this project that you may not have thought about. That is to say, who you want to talk to, why you want to talk to them, what kinds of answers you hope to get, what kind of relationship you develop with the organization that you're studying, and what kind of other kinds of tools and approaches do you need to be able to develop. So you'll be asked to think about some unusual aspects of this whole process as you complete this course. But hopefully when you get done, you'll have an opportunity to see that you've developed a full methodology. You'll have as you say, each case will develop a piece of this methodology, but you'll have an opportunity at each point to go back and revise previous work in order to be able to, in light of current work, in order to be able to complete a coherent and logical methodology overall. That is to say, you don't get a final grade on the cases until you're all done with them, because each one is subject to revision based on things you might have added on later on. So you'll find that you will have to go back and make some adjustments as you accumulate the methodology section overall. I think you'll find it interesting. I hope you'll find it useful. You'll get some good feedback from your instructors on how this goes, and you'll have an opportunity to really share as much as you can about what it is you're trying to develop. This is something that's going to take a lot of time and effort on your part, and therefore the amount of effort that you put into it ahead of time will be amply repaid when you get to the actual field and try to actually do your work. It is said widely that no plan survives the first contact with the enemy. This is probably true, as true in research as it is in military activities. You will always find yourself making changes in your project as you proceed. But if you don't have a plan to start with, you don't have a way of understanding how you need to change it. So a good, well-developed proposal is the key to a well-developed and effective project when you get done, and that's what we're here to help you develop. So I hope you'll find this interesting. I hope you'll find the course useful to you, and please remember, you get out of it what you put into it, and your instructors are here to help you to the degree that you will let them, and we hope you'll have an opportunity to interact as much as you can in order to be able to take full advantage of the resources made available to you here. So I hope you'll enjoy the course. On behalf of the people who put it together for you, good luck, and I hope you'll think about, as the course proceeds, I hope you'll think about how it's helping you, and might have been able to help you more, because we're always interested in feedback from students about how we can improve our courses so they'll be more effective for you. So you're a part of this course as well. Please participate as fully as you can, and remember, you will get out of it what you put in. Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing what you do with it. Good luck, and have a great day.